yes, that's what I'd look
I'll twist that there.
Yes.
What that was in Warren. And then he had
crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so blue. I knew you'd love me as long as you wanted, and then someday you'd leave me for somebody new. Worry, why do I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world did I do? Oh, crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying, and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. Crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying, and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you.
What a beautiful song to begin today's farewell. I'm not sure whether anyone picked up on it, but before Patsy serenaded us with Crazy, it was Iris that was singing, was serenading us as you were arriving. So the most fitting way to begin today's service. Before we do begin, could I ask, if you haven't already done so, to switch off your phones or pop them onto silent for the next just little bit? That would be much appreciated. Well, good morning everyone, and thank you for being here today as we come together to honour and to celebrate Iris's life, and a warm welcome to those who are joining us via the live stream. On behalf of Kelly and Deb, thank you all so much for your love and your support that surrounds them today, from both near and far. It really does mean the world to know how many people care and of how much their mum was loved. My name is Gina Breakey, and it's a privilege to lead this service for Iris. It is my hope, along with Kelly and Deb's hope, that this morning will be a meaningful tribute to a very much loved lady, and a chance for family and friends to reflect on the many qualities that made Iris so special and so loved. We gather here today in loving memory of Iris Maid Langley, a devoted and loving wife and mother, a respected sister-in-law, aunt and friend. No matter how you each knew Iris, we share the same feelings today. Sadness at having to say goodbye, but also much gratitude for having shared in her life. At 91 years of age, Iris lived a full and vibrant life, and I know, knowing her recent struggles are over, and she is reunited with her beloved Ron, whom she missed so much, I hope can bring some comfort. Iris and Ron really were soulmates and best friends, and it's comforting to know and to imagine that her Ronnie is ready to welcome her home. Well, while saying goodbye is never easy, it's important to Kelly and Deb that this service not be a sombre or sad occasion, and we know that Iris would want the same. Instead of focusing on what has been lost, today we are going to remember what has been shared, the people, the places and the experiences that gave Iris's life meaning and purpose, and together we are going to show her the love and the respect that she richly deserves. I would now like to invite Iris's niece Alison Langley to share with us our first reading today, Psalm 23.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me. In the presence of my enemies, you anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Thank you, Alison. Well, everyone here this morning will hold your own special memories of Iris, and I feel certain the common theme throughout those memories will be of a lady who lived with a sense of fun and a genuine love of life. Iris was loving and she was caring. She was warm and friendly, and her spirit and vibrant personality made her impossible not to love. Callie and Deb shared with me so many wonderful qualities about their mum. Iris was the heartbeat of every gathering, the life of any party, and always the star of any show. She was happiest with a microphone in her hand, singing her heart out, and she was usually the one making sure that everyone else was having a good time. Everyone loved Iris, which is obvious by today's attendance. People were naturally drawn to her, and she had a wonderful outlook on life, and she brought joy wherever she went. Being an only child, Iris didn't come from a big family of her own, so when she became a part of Ron's family, she was loved dearly, especially by her nieces and nephews, who adored her. But above all else, it really was Ron, Callie and Deb who brought Iris the greatest joy. They were the centre of her world and the ones that she loved with all of her heart. Through all of life's moments, home was always with them. There are so many stories and memories to share today, and I'm going to ask Iris's nephew Stuart to come forward to begin our tributes and lead us into some personal family memories. Thank you very much, Stuart.
I'm Stuart French, and Annie Iris is my auntie. Obviously, I had an amazing dinner with her when Uncle Ronnie was in hospital. And so a lot of the stories I'm about to tell you, I heard from her firsthand on that night. She loved telling them, and I'm so excited to tell them to you. I told her that night that I would be there at the end for her, and thanks to Callie, I got to do that a week ago. So before I jump off, I'd like to just take a quick opportunity to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands and waters that we're on today, and pay my respect to the elders of the Tadjikalang clan of the Kurnai Nation, and also the Wurundjeri and Badurong people of the lands where I live and I work. I honour the continuing connection to the country, this lovely country that we love, and pay my respect to elders past, present and emerging. Iris May Langley, the character, was born in Melbourne on the 28th of October 1934. She was the only child of Reginald and Eileen Goebel. And one of the things she mentioned to me was the feeling of being one of the last Goebels, which she shared with you both. From the very beginning, she was deeply loved and utterly cherished by her devoted parents. As their only child, Iris was quite literally the star of their world, adored, encouraged and surrounded by love. And together this close family of three built a happy life in 12 Amaro Street in Northcote, immersed in the warmth and vibrancy of the inner city community. During the Second World War, her father Reginald actually served in the RAAF for several years, and I guess that's just one expression of the type of community service this family is imbued with and still holds very dear today. These were the golden years filled with close friendships, evening bowls, laughter, music and a strong sense of belonging. Among the constants throughout Iris's life was her passion for the Carlton Football Club, which was just down the road. She loved going to see the footy with her father, and that remained with her right today with that scarf sitting right there. We would never hear the end of the Carlton Football Club. Even as a young girl, Iris had a natural zest for life and a confidence that drew people to her. She loved to perform and was never afraid of the spotlight. Alongside her parents, she became a proud member of the Boomerang Concert Club, or Concert Party, where together they entertained audience through stage shows and musical performances. She was a gifted pianist and vocalist, and absolutely loved dressing up, performing, and being centre of stage. Iris carried a natural flair, a love of glamour, and a sparkle that lit up every room. And you've probably seen some of the pictures as you've walked in today of those early years and how amazing she looked with those star-spangled eyes of hers. Iris and the Silhouettes would be the next chapter, and there's a picture of them out on the front there. She was the leading lady of a 5-piece band. They performed at venues all around Melbourne, including a cameo on In Melbourne Tonight with Graham Kennedy. Now, there's a couple of people in here that are pre-iPhone. There are even a couple in the front row that are pre-internet and pre-computers. But Iris was pre-television. She was 23 when television became a thing. And there's probably a couple in here that are pre-television too, but she was there. She performed on television just a few years after it became an actual thing. And I think that's a bit of a pattern in her life. She was always there. She didn't sort of wait for it to happen. Her talents extended far beyond the stage. She was Dux of Commercial Studies at the Santa Maria Girls College, an achievement that reflected her intelligence, discipline and determination. And this success launched her into her first role as a secretary before she moved on to her work at Paramount Pictures. And oh my gosh, she loved talking about that. This is a chapter that Iris loved to reminisce about, and the excitement of office life, the polished fashions, the cigarette smoke through busy rooms, and the glamour of being so close to the stars of stage and screen. Remember, this was the age of cinema, right? So once again, she was right there at the front. And she told me several stories about that. Deb says it was exactly as we might picture it today, something straight out of Man Men era. I like to think of The Devil Wears Prada, that, you know, being around all these amazing people walking in and out, and she would have loved that. Sophisticated, stylish, energetic, and alive with possibility. Iris was right at home in it, and then came dancing. Iris loved the dinner dance. In truth, she simply loved to dance. Yet even with a full dance card by her mid-30s, Iris still hadn't met the one. And so that changed thanks to a dear friend who invited her to a double date to a dinner dance. As Iris sat waiting with her friend, in walked Ron Langley, my uncle. A strapping young lad from Maffra with very distinct glasses. I always think of Roy Orbison, if you haven't seen those pictures. Iris turned to her friend and famously whispered, "It's not the one with the glasses, is it? He'd better be able to dance." Well, little did she know that this country-raised gentleman would sweep her completely off her feet, and as a family we've all danced. And their courtship in Melbourne was full of romance and dancing, and unexpectedly a trip to Calder Raceway, as Iris had lied about enjoying car racing. I think my wife did the same thing to me. She would follow Ron anywhere. Iris still honoured her plans to go on another cruise, embracing the glamorous love boat life she adored. But this trip was different. Even while dining at the captain's table, Iris found herself, you can see that, right? Sitting at the captain's table, totally inviting herself in. She found herself writing detailed love letters to Ron, describing exactly what she was wearing and what she was eating. Ever the romantic in his own practical way, Ron didn't write back. Working for Telecom, he used his connections to simply call her on the boat, which is totally wrong. And when Mum's ship returned, Ron was waiting for her at the dock, and from that moment on there was no looking back. Soon after they became engaged, and Iris loved telling the story about being pulled over by police the very next day for failing to move at a green traffic light. The police officer asked what was going on. She said, "I've just gotten engaged and I can't stop staring at my ring." When they shared the news with Reg and Eileen, Reg rushed to the cellar to retrieve a special champagne he'd purchased years earlier just for that moment, only to find that when the cork just sort of plopped on the floor, it had lost all its fizz. But that was not an omen of things to come, and Iris proudly told her parents and her fiancé that at a holiday house at Raymond Island, well, they had visions of glamour and no doubt, all these things in their head until they got here and found a little fibro shack on 8th Avenue, and we all love that house to death. And so began a lifelong love affair with the Painesville Riviera. In fact, it was there that Ron and Iris built treasured friendships with Dad's family, Susan and John, Colin and Dot, and many others who became part of their extended family, and a beautiful wedding at St Joseph's Northcote in 1971, complete with bridesmaids in fashionable red polka dot dresses. Iris's dream of motherhood was realised. With the births of Kelly and Deborah, Iris found her most treasured role, and she was a devoted and doting mother who thought nothing of being a taxi driver, a cook, a cleaner, a washer, a reliable tuck-shop mum. Their home was always open, whether at 10 Genoa Street in Moorabbin or during holidays on Raymond Island. Kelly and Deb's friends were always welcomed with warmth and generosity. The Melbourne years flew by, and there were many great times of friends, including those from the Brighton Golf Club and their closest friends Pat and Joe, Kay and John, and Judy and Kevin. These friendships had endured the test of time. Before they knew it, the girls had grown up, left home, and this ushered a new life chapter for Iris and Ron. At 49, Ron's heart operation put things into perspective, and a permanent sea change to Raymond Island was made. Iris got her view of the water and the bullnose veranda, we all know very well, and Ron got his boat. I know Deb spent a lot of time with him on that boat. Always social, it didn't take long to make new friends and create some of the best memories of their lives. Barry and Raylene, Les and Anne, and the infamous New Year's Eve dress-up parties were a staple. As important as their friends were, little did they know a new establishment in the thriving metropolis of Painesville would provide the scene for Iris to take the mic yet again. Enter Wine Justice, a small wine bar opened by Islanders John and Rhonda, with a passion for laughs and sips. This little venue became a mecca. Its incarnation with Jeff Shepherd at the helm ushered in live music acts and became a venue for local and travelling artists alike. And when we visited, that was always on the topic of things for Iris to talk about. She absolutely loved it. With no contract or agreement, she was a resident act. And over the next 15 years, you could expect her on stage either organised or impromptu, singing classics like Bill Bailey, Boots, and of course, Crazy that we just heard. Ron secretly loved her performing and loved that he had a wife that was the star of the show. Iris loved life on the boat with Ron, especially a pizza and a bottle of red shared at Sunset Cove. And she firmly believed that this joyful island life had gifted Ron many extra years after his initial heart surgery. When her beloved Ronnie passed away in 2017, it was the community, music, family and friendship that kept her going. And thank you to everyone here who played a part in that. Even in later years, Mum's love of life never left her. After celebrating her 90th birthday at the Painesville Wine Bar, she moved into Painesville Gardens Care Community, where thankfully there was still live music. A life well lived, Kelly and Deborah were deeply honoured to be by her side as she passed peacefully. Iris leaves with us a powerful legacy. She showed us that following your passions, as she did with family, music and friendship and joy, keeps you forever young at heart. We'll remember her laughter, we'll especially remember her song. We'll definitely remember her glamour, and we'll remember her spirit, most of all. And we'll remember the way she embraced life fully and joyfully. Iris, thank you for the love you gave, the memories you created, and the soundtrack you left with us. Your song will always stay with us. And with that, I'll hand over to Gordana Baker, Iris's dear friend from the island.
Hi everybody. Okay, I was able to share some of this with Iris before she passed, so I'd really like to share it with all of you today too. Iris, my beautiful friend, today I say goodbye to an extraordinary woman, a true lady, a gifted singer, a dame in every sense of the word, and to me, something even more precious, a second mother, my beloved spare mum. At 91 years of age, you carried within you a lifetime of music, grace, wisdom, unconditional love. You possessed the rare and beautiful gift of making everyone around you feel seen, welcomed, valued, and cared for. Whether through your stunning voice, your infectious laughter, or simply your gentle presence, you brought warmth and light into every room you entered. You embraced life with elegance and joy. You loved the simple pleasures, a lovely glass of red wine, afternoons lost in your treasured Mills and Boon novels, and the peace and beauty of your cherished Roman Island home. You adored the wine bar, as we've just heard. You adored the wine bar where stories, laughter, friendships and love flowed as freely as the wine itself. Those moments captured the very essence of who you were, sophisticated, warm-hearted, vibrant and deeply loving. Your devotion to family was unwavering. Your daughters, Deborah and Kelly, were the centre of your world and a constant source of pride and love. And the love you shared with your dear husband, Mon, was enduring and profound. Even after Ron passed away in 2017, the depth of your bond never faded. It remained forever woven into your heart and soul. Some people leave behind accomplishments or possessions, but Iris, you leave behind something infinitely greater. Love that shaped lives, kindness that comforted hearts, memories that will never fade, and a beautiful melody that will continue to echo in the hearts of all who were fortunate enough to know you. To have been your friend was one of life's greatest privileges. To have called you my spare mum was a blessing beyond words. You loved generously, cared so deeply, and gave so freely of yourself that you made this world feel gentler, safer, far more beautiful simply by being it. And how fitting it is that a woman who gave so much beauty through music will now be remembered like a beautiful song herself, timeless, heartfelt, and unforgettable. A melody that does not truly end, but lingers softly within the soul long after the final note has been sung. Today, my heart is heavy with sorrow, but it is also overwhelming with gratitude for the gift of knowing and loving you. Iris, I celebrate your magnificent lived life, a life filled with dignity, talent, humour, compassion, friendship, strength, and extraordinary love. Rest peacefully now. Thank you for every song, every kindness, every embrace, every laugh, every precious memory. You may take your final bow, but the music of your life will echo forever in all of us who loved you. Goodbye, my darling spare mum. You will be loved, remembered, and missed beyond words. Rest easy, beautiful lady. Your song will live forever.
Thank you, Gordana. Just the next speaker have we got coming forward? There's a couple more people speaking, I believe.
Good morning, everyone. We know why we're here today, because someone has made our life so much better just by being in it. Iris was someone who brought joy wherever she went, especially the bar. She loved singing everywhere. Any song she could, and her presence could brighten even the hardest days. One of the things I'll always remember most is when she talked about Carlton, not listening to her yelling at the TV, and her singing on Christmas Day, New York, New York. She was always there for me when I needed support, and her kindness, love and hugs meant so much to me. Although we are heartbroken to say goodbye, we will always carry on the memories of her laughter, her music and the songs she gave so freely. Rest in peace, Auntie Iris. You will never be forgotten.
Hi, I'm Maddie, Auntie Iris's great niece. Iris was one of the most kindest, most wonderful people I've ever known. Even though she never had any grandchildren of her own, she always made me feel like I was one of them. When she had a way of making everyone around her feel loved, special and welcome. Whenever I think of her, I picture her perfectly applied lipstick and her incredible sense of fashion. I remember the moment I called her to see if I could come over and she said, "Oh, that's nice, Maddie, but I haven't got my lipstick on and I'm still in my nightie." And then I came over to see her still in her nightie, but she had her lipstick on. And those things weren't a part of how she looked, they were a part of who she was. She carried herself with that sparkle that could light up any room. Music was also such a beautiful part of her life. Her singing voice was truly special, and hearing her sing always brought joy to those around her. One song that will always remind me of her is New York, New York. As I follow my way to visit New York for my singing, I know I will think of her. I'll imagine her singing that song full of life, excitement, and I'll carry the piece of her with me wherever I go. I will miss her warmth, her voice, her style, and the love she showed. But I feel lucky to have known her and to have so many wonderful memories of her. As we celebrate her life today, I can't help about thinking of one of the songs she loved to sing and that I loved hearing her perform, and all that jazz. So Iris, thank you for everything. I know we'll all miss you dearly and we'll remember you with love, music and all that jazz.
That was brilliant. Well done, Maddie. Certainly feel the love in the room today. Is there anyone else that would like to come on? I believe there's another niece, I think, that's got something to share with us. Is that correct? Yes. And I forgot. Jenny. Once Jenny has spoken, if there is anyone here that would like to come forward and share a quick memory or story, there is a chance to do so. Thanks, Jenny.
Hello everyone. I'm Iris's niece, and I actually made a speech at Uncle Ronnie's funeral, and she once said to me, "You better top that at mine," so here I am. I did sit up till 11 last night and nothing was coming to me, but at 3:45 this morning I was abruptly woken and the speech began. Growing up around Auntie Iris, well, what can we say, we were blessed. Whenever we went to Melbourne as small kids, we were off a farm. We hadn't really been to Melbourne much. There's always guaranteed a party at Auntie Iris and Uncle Ron's, and music was always blaring. Then when they moved to the island, we became teenagers, going down there. The door was always open and they were always on the balcony with a wine at 1 o'clock. And guaranteed the music would start playing. The microphone would come out, singing would come, the girls would start singing with their mother, and the house was just always hype of activity and such a happy place to be. And all of us nieces and nephews had the most beautiful memories of Auntie Iris. And I promised her a pretty good send-off, and I just think she needs to know one thing, and that's that she was so very loved by all of us. Very, very deeply, and yeah, she was just very, very loved.
Hi,
Harvey, the bear?
Yeah, the bear.
The bear, okay. Okay, so it's about the bear. Harvey, you mean the bear?
Yeah, the bear.
We don't have the bear here, Harvey.
Yeah, I have the bear.
You have the bear?
Yeah.
How did you get the bear?
I stole it.
Okay, Iris. Clearly Harvey wants to show the bear, so everyone bring the bear up, please. This was a very big part of our life. When Harvey and Maddie were born, whenever they'd visit Auntie Iris, this bear would approach. Come out of the bag. Here we go. All right, Harvey, do what you did when you were 2. Push it. Bring it over here. Unfortunately, we can't stop this. Did I mention I'm a Geelong supporter? Just play along, play along. Let's have it. Let's have its day. Apparently, but she loved that guy Crisps or something. Cripsy. Good old Cripsy. Anyway, that was good. Yeah, we love you, Auntie Iris, and I think Harvey and I pulled that off. What do you reckon, Harvey?
I reckon there's a way better way to give Auntie Iris a way better present.
Oh, well, Maddie, come on up. Oh, obviously, there's something better. So, Maddie's the singer in the family. So, what do you think we need to do? Do you think we need to get the girls up here? Okay, girls, you better come up.
We don't know about
No. Totally unplanned, but that's what us Langleys do. All right, so just spin around here, girls, please. All right, are we ready? Face the audience, please. We would now like everyone to stand with the piece of paper that I handed to you at the door. Girls, you didn't know about that, did you? All right, here we go. I want you to soak this in, girls. All right, everyone open your pieces of paper up. Maddie's going to start us off. We're all going to sing at the top of our lungs. Are you ready?
All right.
Come on in.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Start spreading the news. Iris is leaving today. She'll always be a part of it. New York, New York. Woo! Well done, thank you all. You'll all be on pub choir next month, and Iris will be happy. So we'll see you all at the wine bar, and Iris will have one for you. Thank you.
You put a big smile on Kelly and Deb's face there. Which, I mean, it's been mentioned today's a sad day, but it's also a really day to be so grateful for these beautiful memories and the love that's in the room. That was awesome. Thanks, Jenny, for lightening the mood. And I wasn't obviously at Ron's funeral, but I'm sure you probably did top. Yeah. Sorry, Uncle Ron. And I also must mention, Jenny, being a fellow Carlton supporter, you mentioned Cripper. He actually took the winning mark on Friday and we beat Geelong. So, and I think it was Kelly that said, "Oh God, Mum's up there already to take it over." So she would have been so thrilled that we beat Geelong and we're climbing that ladder. Is there anyone else here that would like to share anything today? I know it's not an easy thing to do. Yes, please come forward.
This is a very quick one. I'm Pete, by the way, and we're a distant family, not all that distant, but anyway, but I must tell you this story. Iris would often ring me for help and so on, and like everybody else, only too glad. One night I was in Melbourne and she rang me, she said, "Are you on the island, Pete?" And I said, "No." She said, "I'm back in Melbourne." She says, "I've run out of wine." And I said, "Oh." And I knew that there were enough people on the island that I could ring who would take a bottle of wine round to her, and they did. Right? So, but she rang me, "I've run out of wine."
there's going to be a lot of those special memories to be shared today. Now, obviously, wine has been mentioned a few times today, and on your order of service, you will have noticed that we are eventually headed to the wine bar in Painesville, which was a very appropriate spot to continue celebrating Iris's life. Before we do that, when we do leave the chapel here, the hearse is going to make its way down to the Painesville Cemetery, and the staff here from Peter Murray Funerals are actually going to take Iris and I think the immediate family just one last lap around Painesville, and of course past the wine bar to wave farewell. And I do invite those who are going to join us at the graveside to make your way into the cemetery, not follow the car through the town. It just would take up too much room in Painesville. There's some small little streets, and so if you could meet us at the cemetery while the family is saying goodbye at the wine bar, they will join us at the cemetery, then back to the wine bar to celebrate Iris's life. So there's a poem on the inside cover of your order of service titled Memories in the Heart. I'd like to share that today, which is going to lead us into a photo presentation of Iris's life. Feel no guilt in laughter, she knows how much you care. Feel no sorrow in a smile that she's not here to share. You cannot grieve forever, she would not want you to. She'd hope that you can carry on the way you always do. So talk about the good times and the ways you showed you cared, the days you spent together, all the happiness you shared. Let memories surround you, a word someone may say will suddenly recapture a time, an hour, a day, that brings her back as clearly as though she were still here, and fills you with the feelings that she is always near. For if you keep these moments, you will never be apart, and she will live forever, locked safe within your heart. Please enjoy this photo presentation of Iris's life.
So fancy-free, nobody you meet could ever see the loneliness there inside you. Hey there, Georgie girl, why do all the boys just pass you by? Could it be you just don't try, or is it the clothes you wear? You're always window shopping, but never stopping to buy. So shed those dowdy feathers and fly a little bit. Hey there, Georgie girl, there's another Georgie deep inside. Bring out all the love you hide, and oh, what a change there'd be. The world would see a new Georgie girl. Georgie girl, dreaming of the someone you could be. Life is a reality, you can't always run away. Don't be so scared of changing and rearranging yourself. It's time for jumping down from the shelf a little bit. Hey there, Georgie girl, there's another Georgie deep inside. Bring out all the love you hide, and oh, what a change there'd be. The world would see a new Georgie girl. Hey there, Georgie Wake girl. Up, Georgie girl. Hey there, Georgie girl. Georgie girl. Hey there, Georgie girl. Georgie girl.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it. New York, New York. city that never sleeps, and find I'm a #1, top of the list, king of the hill, a #1. These little town blues are melting away. I'm gonna make a brand new start of it in old New York. And if I can make it there, I'm gonna make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York, New York.
This is far enough. This is close enough.
I'm wondering what in the world did I do? I'm crazy for thinking that my love could hold you, and I'm crazy for trying, and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you.
Who gave her that microphone? Give her a... What's this 2 nights in a row? Come on.
Okay, kissy.
You want a hand to water it? Hey? Oh, God. Oh, come on. Haven't got it?
For those of you who weren't sure what Ron said to Iris is one, he said, "Who gave her that microphone?" Lots of good time shared at that wine bar. Well, as we near the end of today's farewell for Iris, being the vibrant and spirited lady she was, she would want us to remember her not with heavy hearts, but with smiles for the wonderful memories and the moments you all got to share with her. Instead of dwelling on the sadness, it's important that we continue to focus on a life lived with purpose and the legacy of love she leaves behind. If we did have to sum up who Iris was, I'm sure we would keep coming back to the same thoughts. She was someone who lived by simple but beautiful values: love, laughter, connection, and making the most of every moment. She brought colour, she brought fun and warmth wherever she left, and her presence has certainly left a lasting impact on everyone who knew her. I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of Callie and Deb to thank you all once again for being here to help them celebrate their mum's life. Iris knew how lucky she was to have so many special people in her life, and Deb and Callie are grateful to you all for the love and friendships that you got to share with their mum. They would also like to thank family and friends who have shared beautiful memories and tributes today, and extend their gratitude and heartfelt thanks to their cousins Nicole and Jen. Your support and presence during Iris's final days meant more than you'll ever know. A life well lived is a precious gift of hope and strength and grace from someone who has made our world a brighter, better place. It's filled with moments sweet and sad, with smiles and sometimes tears, with friendships formed and good times shared and laughter through the years. A life well lived is a legacy of joy and pride and pleasure, a living lasting memory our grateful hearts will treasure. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. May the rains fall soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Rest easy, Iris, and wherever you are, we hope the wine is flowing, the music is playing, the navy blues keep climbing up that ladder, and most importantly, you are reunited on the dance floor with your beloved Ronnie. A life well lived and a love well shared. Iris will be missed, but she will never be forgotten. And for those who wish now to please join us in the last song, thank you for joining us.
We are the baby blues. We are the old dog baby blues. We're the team that never lets you down. We're the only team old Carlton knows. With all the champions, they like to send the keeper in them, and they will know that they've been playing against the famous old dog blues.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you all to stand, please? Can I have the popularity? Please follow us out of the chapel. You can also exit the side doors.